Hello, I'm Peter Lazar. I'm here to document my hair transplant experience. I'm going to go through the process from beginning to end, from my decision making, through selecting a clinic, through actually showing you pictures before and after and at the clinic itself. So I hope this will be all useful information for bald guys like me who are looking to do something about their bald head. Today is Monday, and actually I only made this decision on Thursday about actually going ahead with this. I'd been speaking for years about doing this, and it seemed very onerous. And suddenly I just had a compulsion to research it a bit on Thursday, and I learned more about that some of the best clinics for hair transplant for very affordable prices are in Turkey. So I did my research, and I found one of the best doctors, Dr. Civas. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He'll correct me tomorrow if not. And I did my research, and you can look it up yourself about him. He's published papers, written books, he's given presentations in the United States, he's done over 3,500 hair transplants, so it seems like this is a safe place to go, and for a good cost too. So I called him up and expecting that it would be months that I could get an appointment, which would usually be the case, but they had a cancellation and said, "Can you come on Tuesday?" So today's Monday. I just arrived today in Ankara, a very nice city actually, and tomorrow will be my procedure. So I guess you've read from this that I'm kind of impulsive. It's true, I sometimes make decisions kind of very quickly, but then I follow through with that. I'm very grateful to my supportive wife who said that she liked me the way that I am, but that if I want to do it, then go ahead. So, part of the process was not even the cost. Although when you find out what the costs are outside the US, it'll probably grease the skids and make it a lot easier for you to make the decision to go ahead with it. But really the thing I was struggling with was about the vanity aspect of it. I was just feeling kind of like it's a vain thing to do, to get yourself new hair. But then I kind of rethought it, my rationale for it. I think similar to people who are one gender but really feel like another gender. I'm bald, but I feel like somebody who has hair. It's almost like people who have had a limb cut off. You hear about ghost limbs where you can still feel it. Well, I can still feel my hair. I feel like I have hair. And I'm not looking for a thick head of hair, as a 48-year-old. But I think that if they were able to get some thinning hair up front, then people will say, rather than, oh, here's a bald guy, rather, here's a guy with thinning hair. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to sign off for now because the events tomorrow start early. And so I look forward to showing you and seeing what happens.
Here's a picture of their front office. Here's a picture of Dr. Civas and part of his expert and lovely team. Here I am getting my haircut prior to the procedure. You can see Dr. Civas in the background there. And here's what my new hairline will look like.
Yes, we will have two different steps. The procedure, first step, we are going to extract your grafts, and second part, we are going to transplant. And the first part, you will have 3 different positions, and second part, you will lie down your back. Will be more easy for you.
Okay, and how long will the procedure take?
8-9 hours. It depends.
Okay, and will it be painful?
No, you will not have any pain. I'm going to make your anesthesia very specific approach. You will not have any pain. After the operation, we are going to talk about pain.
Okay, and then what are the stages of recovery for it?
Recovery, 10 days will take you recovery time. The first 10 days you will have some crowns, your transplanted area and your donor. And 15 days later, your hair will start the shedding. And 2 months later, it will start regrowing. 8 months later, you will see your result. And in 12 months, it will complete.
Okay, and do people typically do it more than once? So if I were to come back?
It depends. For some patients, they are doing this second session or third session. But for me, I'm going to design your hairline and your transplantation. You will not need any second operation about the natural result. because you will change, your appearance will change in your first session completely, because we are going to design your hairline and your frame will change your appearance.
So tell me about why FUE has become so popular versus FUT. Right?
Then because the scar, the mostly, it not leave any scar the back. And the second part, you can use the everywhere of the donor area. And recovery time is more less painful or less discomfort than the FUT. And the result is more natural than the FUT.
Why is that?
Because it's the dividing the grafts under the microscope need more experience and more time, and sometimes you cannot divide the grafts with the follicular units or the grafts.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's a picture they let me take halfway through the procedure. Those are actually my 3,400 hair follicles taken from the back of my scalp, waiting to be implanted on top of my head.
So this is what I look like a little less than 7 months later. So I'm no longer a bald guy. I'm thinning hair guy, which was my goal, but I don't think if somebody looked at me, they'd call me bald guy. And if you saw from the earlier footage, I was stage 6 or whatever, on the highest on the scale, with just hair around the edge. I really credit this in just 7 months, largely to the skill of Dr. Civas and his team. They were able to do 3,400 grafts in one sitting. It was about 8 hours. It was really painless and relaxing. I was listening to music. They just used local anesthetic lidocaine during the procedure. In the hotel, there was another German hair tourist going to a different doctor, and I was surprised that he had a bandage on his head for 3 days at that hotel, and he told me he was doing about 3,000 grafts, but they were doing it over a period of 3 days. But I think this is also a credit to Dr. Civas and his team. They're so efficient. It's a lot of work, but they work. It's just amazing to watch them. It's like they're in the zone, when they're doing this. Total flow and total concentration. So I highly recommend it. It's really worth the trip if this is something that you want to do. And I went above and beyond a little bit. I actually, this is not above and beyond, but one of the recommendations is to use Rogaine twice a day. That helps it come in a little faster. And then I also invested in this. It was expensive, about $3,000. It's laser light therapy. Low light laser therapy this scientific studies have shown that stimulates the hair follicles and it helps it grow faster. I don't know if there's a really great brand out there yet. This brand is Capitalist, and it worked fine once I put this headband on it, but it's really not shaped like a human head. It's more of like if you had a round head, so it's a little bit inconvenient, but it works. So I wish you luck. I hope that other people look at my experience and consider doing the same.